Wonderful. I think we might be live. I can never tell. I say the same thing every single week. Here we are on Spiritual Events Directory page. We are back with our wellness conversations, the Woo Woo series, everybody. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gents. All are welcome. We just love coming into the space each and every week to talk wellness and to talk about the unique, the unusual, and the unknown. And it's brought to you by our wellness community, sponsored by Spiritual Events Directory. And each week we bring a gorgeous, gifted, talented lady into the space to help us out with that conversation. And this week it's Kerri Gravina, Clairvoyant.
Hey, how you going, everybody? I hope you've had a wonderful Sunday so far.
Yes, the weather's been interesting today, Kerri. It's gone from, we sort of set out for a bit of a walk and it was just right. By the time we had lunch and came back, it was really hot. And now here we are doing our live on SED and, you know, the weather's turned again. It's like thunder and lightning and getting ready for a good old storm, which is good. We need the rain.
We do need it. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't lose connection up here on the mountain because I'm up in the mountains and it's really stormy up here tonight. So but we'll ask
do what we can.
The gods to be kind to us.
Absolutely, the gods and goddesses. And you know, the show is we're going to do some readings, ladies, for those that we are drawn to. Kerri is super duper fantastic, and you can find her on Facebook at Kerri Gravina Clairvoyant. But Kerri, the show is also about talking about the woo-woo, the unique, the unusual, and the unknown. So I like to. Do you do this? I mean, I know you do this. You know. You have your spiritual support team, you talk to the angels, you know, you've met some spirit guides and you really sort of, do you speak to your guides every single day? Do you speak to the angels every single day?
Yeah, I do. And I usually sit in the morning in quiet contemplation to basically saying, hey guys, give me a heads up. What's today going to be like? And that practice alone has saved me a lot of heartache, I think.
That is awesome. Exactly. And that's what it's all about. It's all about how to, you know, that's what the spiritual, the metaphysical, and the wellness and the woo-woo is all about for me. How you know, and since finding it and learning more about it and studying it and just becoming, you know, connecting with like-minded people such as yourself, that's what it's done for me. It's helped me to be better, to live better, to feel better in the chaos that is this thing called life.
Oh, it definitely helps you just navigate your day to day.
Yeah.
You know, and who doesn't need a little bit of help with navigating every day?
Absolutely. You know? So, Kerri, how did you get into it? You know, have you long been interested in all this stuff?
Yeah, so I was one of those rare people that was brought up around it.
Yes,
so
okay.
So it wasn't, it was more a surprise to me, I think, when I got to school, primary school and stuff, that people didn't see dead people effectively.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was just, I think I just floated through life a little bit sometime with that knowledge, and I always trusted my gut. And so with my kids, I did the same thing with them. None of the stuff's scary, and to really trust their gut. And I think that's the thing that I bring it all back to, is that having that real faith in yourself and being able to believe and trust in yourself. Society takes that away from us. Teaches us in school not to, you know, it's just how it is.
Yeah.
But now we need to start teaching everybody again to trust that, because it helps you navigate your day to day. And
absolutely. You know, I agree. And you said there that you grew up just, you know, thinking that everybody saw dead people. Can you tell us how exciting? Can you tell us about your first memory of seeing that, of being able to, of knowing that, you know, I just saw a dead person.
Well, I used to talk to, I have my, you know, your kids have their imaginary friends.
Yeah.
But my imaginary friend was this very tall man with a black hat, and I used to talk to this man. There was a little boy I used to play with too, who turned out to be some past relative. I can't even remember now. But
Yeah.
and the old man, we sort of identified as someone sort of from the past as well in our family line. So I sort of still look at them as my guardians, and that's why they were there. They were just chatting to me, and it was always kind of there.
Yeah. And you never thought anything of it?
I didn't know.
And so when did you take that, Kerri? I know that you're so gifted in so many different ways. I mean, you do the practical and the woo-woo because you're a qualified chef.
Yep.
And you're also involved in a lot of social work, humanitarian endeavours as well.
Yeah, so I work during the daytime as a community development coordinator and a reconnect coordinator. So I help people who are less fortunate. I do a lot of work with youth. I do a lot of work with the homeless. I also do a bit of work in the Aboriginal community too.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And it's just great. Like, it's that whole give back thing. And
absolutely.
You know, I don't have enough hours in the day to do everything I want to do.
So how did you then get from, being naturally being brought up with all of this and just being, sort of natural in always being in touch with your intuition and vibrating to that, that higher level? How did you get from there to, I might make a business out of this?
I don't really know. I think it came to me one day that, if other people could make money from this, why can't I?
Yes.
I spent a lot of time thinking you had to give your talents away.
Yes.
And then, I went to a few talks with various psychics, and, them saying, hang on, back once upon a time when we lived in a village, the village would look after us. We were their
exactly.
Getting paid for what you do is the same thing. And that was a real light bulb moment.
Yes, for me too. I had the same. I had the same illumination that if you're religious and if you do, if you believe in the Bible, or if the Bible is a fabulously inspiring and motivating story, then the story goes that Jesus was a healer, and Jesus would heal all those in the community, and would do so for wouldn't need anything in return, wouldn't ask for anything in return, but of course, yes, what he got in return for doing that was shelter and food and clothes on his back. So therefore, he could continue to do the good work that he was doing. Well, we just have a different currency these days, but love, we can't live on love and fresh air.
Sadly, no.
and honestly, there needs to be that exchange of energy anyway. There needs to be a balanced exchange between giving and receiving. Anything imbalanced, then leads to, it's not easy. It's uneasy. It leads to ill at ease, eventually dis-ease.
Yeah.
It's just not a good state to be in at all. Anything imbalanced will lead to all sorts of other issues. So, awesome. So glad that you have turned that gift into something that you can use that helps others to become more enlightened and inspired by where they're at. And on that note, we might actually perhaps we'll do some readings, Kerri. So do you have? Are you going to just what deck? Do you have a couple of decks? Or you're just going to go to wherever you're drawn?
Yeah, I've got a couple of decks. I think I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle, which is the one I've been using all month. So that is an oracle deck. So usually I do a month of reading from one deck on my Instagram, and it feeds through to my Facebook page as well. So that's every morning. Wonderful. It's a little energetic forecast, tells us all what we can look out for, and it's general. It's general for everybody.
Awesome. Love it.
I try to go live with that as well if I have enough time, because sometimes I sleep in because I'm a little bit lazy. I don't like to get out of bed in the morning.
Now let's see. I hear you, darling. I'm just trying to see. The page isn't refreshing. So who would like a little bit of inspiration, ladies? Who would like a little bit of insight? Let's get some yes on the page. I'm trying to refresh here. We've got a couple of hi. How you going? Number 4, let's see. Oh, yes, please. Now, it just might have been just in the wrong thing there. Linda says, hello from Tassie. Tiana says, I have past lives as my imaginary friends.
Awesome.
Awesome. Welcome to Dee. Hello. Okay, Beverly French said yes, that would be fabulous, please. If we can pull a card and see what it says for.
Have a little look.
Yeah, see what it says for Beverly.
All right, what do we got? Okay, I got here and now. So I'll just hold that up. I don't know how well you can see.
Yes, I can see that. Lovely.
Gorgeous card. So what this tells us is that it's about staying in the present.
Yeah.
So, and getting yourself grounded. So Beverly, you might be living a little in the past or thinking about the future, what's going to happen.
Yes.
This card's just asking you to just have a look at what's actually going on around you right now and just seeing where you can anchor yourself. You might be feeling a bit flighty. A lot of January is a bit flighty. Is a bit of a flighty month though for a lot of us. It's a bit of a nothing kind of month. We're just getting back to work. So a lot of people do feel a little flighty, and we could do with some grounding. I'm just going to see what else is popping.
Yeah, lovely.
All right.
This is for Beverly French.
Beverly. I kind of like that. The thing that's drawing me is the egg shape that she's sitting on. I think you've got an idea brewing in there somewhere, and that might be why you're not thinking about what's going on now. That idea will still be there, but anchor it to you.
Wow.
The egg just says to me birth, so I don't know how that's playing out for you, but two, if you have a look at that card yourself, and the things that pop in that card will give you some clues to what spirit wants you to know.
Excellent. Oh, Beverly said, makes sense. Thank you.
It always does. And it doesn't matter how crazy the thing that pops out of your mouth is. The other person goes, that's it. Oh, yes. Exactly. And you think,
I love it. And as you said, it's because you trust, believe, and have faith in yourself. You know, very often what's occurring to you, if you just say it. But when we try and censor that, it doesn't work, does it, Kerri?
No filter.
Yeah, no
place
filter.
You don't have to have a filter.
Yeah, awesome. All right, well, that's Beverly. We've got Shazza. Shazza also said yes, please, to a reading. So Shazza, Roland, we're drawing. We're pulling a card out for you, dolls.
Have a look, Shazza. What did I get? Oh, okay. I got the Thinker.
Ooh.
So this isn't about doing. This is about thinking about the things that you want to do. Thinking. It's not a card of action. So if there's something out there that you're being told you need to act on, just take a step back. Just take a little step back and just think about it a little bit more. Don't have anyone like force you into making a decision. That was the thing that's sort of coming through quite clearly, is that you've got time, and to just take a step back and have a little think about it. You still might go with the thing that you thought.
Yeah.
But you need to give yourself that breathing space.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting from there. And what popped really well there? So okay, in that card there, she's got a little bright star.
Oh wow, love it.
The decision you make will be the right decision. All right. Oh yeah, I just got chills. So what? Yeah, give yourself some space. Yeah,
I love that. I love it when I'm doing a reading and you just say that thing, and when you say that thing, you get the goosebumps, and you know that thing was the thing to say. I love it.
Yeah.
And the star, reach for the stars, the star within, your rising star. Ooh, I love it. I love it. And that's a really pretty deck. We might do one more before we talk some more. I've got Evelyn Jamo also saying yes to a reading there. Kerri, we might pull a card for Evelyn and see what happens.
All right. What do we get? Evelyn, we got the Observer.
Oh, I love the Observer. That's like the number 7 in numerology. Yay.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yes.
This has got a fox on it. Foxes are smart. They're cunning.
Yes, I was going to say cunning.
They look around before they do anything. And they're so smart. This is saying observe what's going on around you. Again, another one for people to step back. I really don't think we're in that doing mode just yet by the looks of what's come out so far. Yeah. We're in that just take a breath, just take a step back. So observe your surroundings and take a world view of things. Okay, he's got there we go. He's got a telescope and he's looking to the moon.
Yes.
But if we turn that around and look at observing that ourselves, looking down on everything, taking a world view of what's going on, I think some things might come to light for you, some things that you might not have seen before.
Yes, so, I love it. I love it. It's very much, you know, that to me, that's the key. That's the key to it all. You know, that it's always about cycles. That everything in, you know, everything in and on Mother Earth, you know, has there's a cycle. There's a time for everything, and everything has its time. And but we have become so fast-paced and so hectic and so busy. You know, so busy. In this business called life, that we're not actually stopping long enough, as you say, to smell the roses really, and to be in that phase of observing, is to look, is to listen, is to wait. And in that, you're sharpening your instincts, aren't you? You're sharpening your instincts, you're making space for new beginnings, and you are replenishing so that, you know, your store of creativity can fill up again. If it's just go all the time, you eventually overwhelm and depleted, and you don't get the chance to you know, fill yourself back up again. I love it. I love that deck. That deck is awesome.
It's a beautiful deck. It's great to work with. It really is. Yeah.
So Kerri, you're available obviously. Do you have a website or just your page on Facebook where people can, you know, come to you and book a personal reading?
Yeah, just on Facebook at the moment. The website's I'm getting there. It's
yes.
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so it's taken a while. We'll get there. Facebook's good enough. Everyone's on Facebook anyway. And,
exactly.
You know, Instagram as well. You can always message me on Instagram. I love Instagram.
Absolutely.
It's that visual representation. That's why I love.
Yeah. Oh, that's visual. Awesome. That's awesome that you love. I love, again, I love how we're all different. We're all different for a reason. Yeah. And because I was chatting to Sarah. Actually, I did an interview with Sarah Watkins, the founder and facilitator of our spiritual events directory and in our wellness community. And we were talking about Insta and how we were sort of more facey people, but you love Insta because you can just you know, do a spread and pop that into Instagram, and the spread kind of says it all.
Yeah, it does, and it's just that visual thing. That's why I like the cards. It's, you know, very visual. We're all different, as you said. We all learn differently. I don't like to read great big spiels of things on Facebook or wherever. Whereas other people love that. So, you know, in business, you've got to cover both bases.
You do have to cover both bases. So when people come to you for a reading, do they nominate what they would like, or you just bring into that session what, you know, whatever is flowing and going for you at the time?
Usually what I'm feeling at the time. So I'll pick a deck. I'll usually always start with the tarot.
Yes.
Always with the 3-card spread. Future, past, present, future. And then we layer up on that. We see what's going on. And then, you know, there might be a deck that they want. There might be a question they want in particular.
Yes.
No, but they might want to know about some romance, or they might want to know about their career. So I've got decks that are more specific for those things. So I'll whip them out and we'll have a look at what's going on there.
Awesome. All right, we're going to, Shazza said, wow, thank you so much. So how awesome is that? We're going to, we'll pick a card for Linda Smith.
Sure.
Evelyn said, thank you, ladies. So that is awesome. We're going to draw, I'll write down some names. Got to manage a lot of moving parts here.
That's all right. I'll just keep going. So we got, for Linda, we got Unfinished Symphony. So I love this too. What it says is you've got some stuff to finish up. So there are some things that either you feel you can't finish yet, or you're holding off because you don't want to finish them. You might, it's like that symphony. So you might be a bit of a perfectionist and not want to birth that to the world because you don't think it's quite right yet. Or it might be something that you're kind of done with, but you feel a sense of obligation to keep going. That happens a lot in relationships. A lot of times in relationships, we feel a sense of obligation to somebody that we need to keep working on it when we might know it's done. Have a little look at what's going on around you. What can you declutter? That was the word that popped with the guys then. I said it might be more of a bit of a declutter here. So nothing big, but just clear some stuff out the way. Do you actually want to finish that jumper that you've been knitting for 3 years? Or do you just want to take it to the op shop? Pass it on to somebody else. We've all done it. If you want to finish it, get it out and finish it. If you don't, off it goes. It might be some stuff like that. Okay.
Awesome.
There's that drawer that you don't want to clear out because you're like, oh yeah, I'll get to that later. Okay, so free some space up for you. Finish those symphonies.
Wow.
Okay, another one on an egg. So I think we're birthing some things this year.
Yeah.
I've just realized that.
I love that too. I love how you, in any particular group or in every group, there'll be a recurring theme. And then it was funny when you first said that, first showed the card about the unfinished symphony, and I thought the thought that occurred to me was, it isn't over until the fat lady sings. So we'll see what's in that for Linda. We've also got Emma. Emma wanted us to pull a card and see where that goes for her. And ladies, if you've got a specific question as well, then by all means ask that question.
Please do.
Do you think that, Kerri, the more specific they can be, the better they can be guided, or does it not matter to you either way?
I don't think it matters, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I like to do an overall energy at first when people come in, and then you will always have a question in your mind.
Yes.
There is always an underlying. You do not come to see somebody like myself without having a question there already.
Absolutely.
Okay. When everything's going hunky-dory and great, nobody comes to visit me.
That's so true.
Which is crazy because we should do a check-in.
Yes.
Like around your birthdays. And I know with Michele, you're like that with your numerology. It's really important. Astrology is the same. It's really important to do a check-in around your birthday because that's your next year. Yeah. That's actually when everything's coming up for you. Yeah. So
agreed.
Yeah. We need to get people used to that idea. It's a bit of a preventative measure, I think. But here we go. So I think it was Emma that we've got now?
Yes. We're doing
Emma. So we've got co-create, and we have got another egg in there, guys. That's the third egg shape for the day. So I love this. This is co-creating, and it's asking us to get with our tribe, but our tribe's not quite who we expect them to be because we have a cheetah and an owl. So the people you work with, look for people outside of who you would normally expect to partner up with and work with. And I've got partner just popped out again. So I think that it's more than just a fleeting co-creating of a project or a thing or even a friendship. I think it's a longer term situation. And it could just be somebody you would never in a million years think that you would get along with or chat to or would have anything in common with. So look out for that. Look out for the person that, you'll just click and it won't make any sense.
Wow. And what do you think? I love how you just said that then, cheetah. You got the cheetah and you've got the owl being all of that wisdom. The owl can see in the dark.
Yes, reveals things that you can't see.
Yes.
And the cheetah's fast on their feet. A little more cautious. So the two of you will play to those strengths and those weaknesses and keep yourselves in balance because there's balance too. We've got the owls on a little tightrope there.
Oh, wow. Oh, on a tightrope.
So,
delicate balance to be struck.
Yes, and it's going to be unexpected. It's an unexpected balance. There we go.
And
have to let me know.
Yeah. I was going to say some feedback from Linda.
Yeah.
I've been decluttering and holding on to a relationship I can't let go of.
Snap. There we go.
Yeah,
Can't make this stuff up.
You can't make the stuff up. It's awesome. We've got our beautiful Dee, who's one of our top fans in our wellness community. Would love a card if drawn to me. Any guidance is welcome. And Dee, I hope that you got your numerology reading, which I prepared and compiled and recorded for you today and sent through to you. Dee has got a life path 11 in numerology, which is the natural psychic, the inspirational speaker and a leader. And so, Dee, you absolutely have to start stepping into your own power and ability as a healer, speaker, teacher.
You're going to love this card, Dee. I pulled this before. This is leg up. You're in the perfect place for a leg up.
That is awesome.
I love that. Okay. So, and again, we've got that stars appeared again.
I love it. The star in you, it's time to shine.
Yeah, come on. Ask for help. So that little baby polar bear is asking his mum for help.
Oh.
Just put the call out there. And so, there'll be more than one person. So many people will give you a leg up and a hand and a pat on the back, and that encouragement with wherever you want to start. And that's the other thing. Start where you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Most comfortable. And it might not be, as we've seen, it might not be where you think. It might just, something will pop. Just follow that instinct and do that. Embrace that. 11's just an amazing number to have and to work with. So
yeah, absolutely. In numerology, when you've got, as you know, Kerri, the very thing that makes us, so good and great at what we do is also it's a strength and a weakness, because this high level, you've got this high level of sensitivity and intuitiveness, but sometimes you don't want to see. Sometimes you don't want to feel, and being so sensitive to, the landscape around us. If we don't learn how to manage our sensitivities, if we don't learn how to become independent emotionally and really have hold space for our own emotions, so that we can hold space for the emotions of everybody else and not take it personally and not become overwhelmed by it, because the minute that we do, we become more sensitive to our feelings and then insensitive to what's going on around us or to the sensitivities of others. So so the master numbers are that you've got to strike that delicate balance, when you've got lots of 11s and 22s, you've got the master numbers or the intuitive numbers, 2s and 7s in your profile, and you had that as well. Didn't you, Kerri?
I think I had a couple. I'm trying to remember now.
Couple,
it's a while ago.
Yes, but you definitely had master numbers in your profile. So, the ability to really manifest on that very deep and wide and high level, but with great power comes great responsibility. So it can really be overwhelming, can't it, to manage?
I got a great manifesting story for you.
Excellent.
All, right?
Let's tell me.
Right? But I manifest the craziest things. So in my day-to-day job, I run a barbecue for the homeless through January. We cover some places that closed down, so there's nowhere for people to go. So we needed bread. We really needed. I was running low on bread, and I'm like, okay, I need the next run, my next pickup, to have lots of bread in it. Anyway, I didn't think much more of it, but clearly somewhere in here, I manifested 5 times the amount of bread we needed. I had bread coming out of my ears.
And beautiful. What, did they just ring you? They just rang and said, we've got bread?
We do a pickup from Aldi, from our local Aldi.
When you got there,
you get what you get is what you get when you get there. And I could not believe the bread.
That is awesome.
You need to be careful what you wish for. So
exactly.
I'm trying to for work. I've manifested fridges and freezers and other sorts of things we've needed and some other stuff. But I'm like, I need to bring this back to me, I think.
That's awesome. And again, absolutely, that is it in a nutshell. Big believer. I have lived it, experienced it, and we are all very powerful. The thing is about it, though, Kerri, I find is that we put all of our energy into the things that we don't want to happen, not understanding that we're putting energy into what we don't want to happen, but the universe doesn't understand you don't want that to happen. They think that that's what you want to grow. So the focus constantly on all the things that are not working go against us. We grow more of what's not working when we focus on, you know, the bully situation or, you know, disease. And even though we have the right intention, the intention is terrific. But instead of that, let's focus on, what if we focused on empowering our generations? What if we focused on kindness? What if we focused on gratitude? What if we focused on, you know, healing the planet? We tend to constantly focus on what's not working, and I'm telling you, the evidence is clear. We are growing what's not working at a very rapid rate. It's not getting any better.
No,
I totally agree lingo, it can manifest something completely different, huh?
Yeah, and I think that if we all do that, and that's what we keep plugging away at, we do. The world. It will be paradise.
Yeah, I love it. All right, Mary has asked for a reading. Mary D, Mary Dorsey. Oh, and I just, as I pushed that there, I saw you, Mary.
All right, Mary, I got deep knowing. So there we go. So we've got our owl there sitting on the moon. This is about, I've just got emotion then. I've had that really strong, deep emotional connection and knowing. So I think there might be someone in your world that you have that very strong, very, very strong. Like this is like almost thinking of what they're thinking before they even say it. Connection to somebody. To trust that, you can broaden that out to the other people around you, to the people that you care about. Don't broaden it out to everybody because you'll just get overwhelmed. It'll be really noisy. But just, you do know, and I think this is telling us to really trust those, you know, the clairvoyant messages that you're getting, that you do know those things. If you're a little unsure of them, if you like, you know, if you've got some self-doubt, start writing them down in a journal. Just when you think of something, could be crazy, could be simple. Just write it down, and then once a week, go back and check, and tick them off. Because I think this is telling you to really get in touch with that, and to start to embrace it, to make it part of your life, part of what you do, and how you do your day.
She actually had a question too. I've just seen it, Mary. Will I get the house I'm looking at, please?
Maybe. What do you think, Mary? We've just had deep knowing there. Oh, I got fork in the road. So that's the next one I got for you. You got a choice to make. Okay. There's a choice. Is this the house you want? Does it tick all the boxes or tick most of them? Or are you a bit... I'm going to go back on that manifesting thing and say, are you self-sabotaging by not manifesting what you want? Are you thinking the negatives?
Okay. Follows on nicely. Nice segue.
Follows with that thread. So ask yourself that. You have a choice though. You've got a fork in the road. And only you can make that choice. Okay.
Interesting. Okay, we've got another lovely lady, Maria.
Hey, Maria.
Maria Loon.
Have a little look. Oh, okay.
What's falling out there for Maria?
Okay, Maria, we got between two worlds.
Ooh.
Okay. So we've got our flamingo. One of his worlds is black and white. The other one's full colour. Which world are you going to step into?
I love these cards.
They're great cards, aren't they? So your full colour world or your black and white colour, black and white world.
Wow.
You're a bit stuck. This indicates being stuck and not being sure whether or not you want to fully commit to something. Stepping into that other world. Are you looking for another job? I just got the word job offer or job. I'm wondering. I'll wait to see what you come back with that. If not, maybe there is something coming up and you're going to be a little unsure about that.
Let me have a
If
little
you're
look.
stepping into your coloured world, I just noticed that our flamingo has a crown on its head.
Wow, a crown.
There's a
Oh,
crown.
royalty, the
So
royal in
be
you.
the queen.
Yeah, accessing that inner royalty.
Yep.
Mm.
You know what to do. You need to step into the colourful world.
Own that crown.
And own that crown. We all need, all us queens need crowns.
Absolutely. I wonder why it is, you know, I do wonder why it is that, you know, yeah, it's just the hardest, it seems to be the hardest the thing for human beings to step up and step into, you know, self-worth, to know, understand, believe, trust, and have faith in ourselves. Sounds so easy to say, and seems to be the hardest thing to do, doesn't it, Kerri?
Oh, it does. I think that's that tall poppy syndrome, though, in Australia. You know, we cut them down. You know, if you say how good you are, you're bragging.
Yeah.
We need to say how good we are. We need to celebrate even the smallest wins. Sometimes for some people, just getting out of bed in the morning is a win.
Yeah, that's right.
We need to celebrate that.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we, you know, society likes to keep us in our little places and our little boxes. And you know, if we all start celebrating our wins and celebrating our friends, you know, our girlfriends, even our male friends, everybody, and patting everyone on the back, going, "That's a great job. You did a really good job with that."
Yeah.
You know, that thing, and then pick something out about the thing that was good.
Yes.
You know, it could be something tiny. You can change someone's world with those kind words.
Yeah, absolutely. We make it a lot more complicated than it needs to be, don't we? Did we just do one for Maria? We did one for Maria,
didn't we? We did one for Maria. Yeah,
beautiful.
Between worlds.
Between two worlds, yeah. Awesome. And okay, so Kay Hamilton would like a card drawn for her. We're doing really well, ladies. We're
flying.
To a lot of you. Blessed.
All right. We got blessed.
Beautiful.
Love this card. This is beautiful. This is pretty much saying your angels and everybody else is looking down on you and blessing you. The things that you want, the abundance, are coming to you. I ask you to open your eyes and see those blessings and see those little signs that are there for you. The more you notice the signs, the more signs you will get and the more blessed you will feel. Yeah.
And it gets back to what we were saying before too, Kerri, that when you're in that gratitude state of mind, it actually you're actually accessing different parts of the brain, and in that state, in that gratitude state of mind, it changes the neural pathways, which then change the chemistry, and then changes how you feel, and that changes everything. You know, when we feel good, we do good, and when we do good, we get good. And we have good and we be good. So why wouldn't you? It's so easy, so simple to count our blessings. And it's contagious.
You know, it's just like misery likes company. Well, so does happiness. Yes. I'd much rather be friends with happiness.
Exactly. You got getting some lovely feedback. We've had some confirmation. I just had it here. I've missed it now. From Mary. Mary was very grateful and very thankful, and really enjoyed the reading that you did for her. Maria says Maria was in between worlds, and Maria Lutz says husband's job.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we've got Patrice.
Okay, there we go.
That's a tongue twister.
There. So we got why.
Wow.
This is asking you to question things, but to also study. So ask those questions. Ask why. Someone gives you something, some evidence. Well, they've called it evidence. Ask why. Be curious.
Wow.
And actually be annoying. You know, be like when your 3-year-old used to ask you why all the time on the way home in the car for everything that you answered him with.
Why, Mum? Why?
Why? And you had to explain it all. That's what this is about. But explain it to yourself as well. So decisions you make that are just habit, you know, you always do something the one way. Ask yourself why.
Yes.
Reactions to things. I just said reactions. So this is a good one for everybody though. When we react to something, we've always reacted the same way.
Yeah.
It might be in a negative way. Step back and go, why did I just answer that way?
Yeah.
Always question.
And there's actually a good, you just reminded me, Kerri, there's actually a really good problem solving or getting to the gist of it. It's called the 5 whys, where you keep asking that why until you really get to the core of it, because, in counselling, you learn that the problem is never really the problem. The first layer of whatever you think the problem is, that's never really what the problem is. There's always, it's like an onion, isn't it?
It is like an onion. So let's unpeel that onion. So that's for yourself, but for everybody else who's listening, just start questioning some things. Now, why do we do things the way we're doing them? Why am I doing things the way I'm doing it?
Yes.
You'll probably rub a few people the wrong way, but that's okay. We're here to do that. I think we're here to upset the apple cart.
Yeah. And Kay said, I hear some lovely feedback. Kay said, thank you. I love blessings.
Beautiful.
I love blessings. And look, that's the thing. Again, going back to numerology, Kerri, just because I am a numerologist and I love the numbers and what they say about us and in life. But in numerology, the number two is the diplomat. The number 2 is learning how to make peace, not keep the peace. When we keep the peace, we go to war with ourselves. When we keep the peace, what happens, and I've had this shown over and over and over again to me in my lifetime, whenever I try to keep the peace to avoid confrontation, what happens is I piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Everyone ends up pissed off. No one ends up pleased at all.
Yeah.
And then
so true.
And then you kind of think, well, I should have just said what I wanted to say in the first freaking place.
Yeah.
So making peace is different. When you make peace, you become the diplomat, and you can go into a situation of war, so to speak, as a diplomat does, and then it's about compromise and negotiating, and it's about communicating. It's about communicating what do you need and want, what do I need and want, and then finding that win-win. And then that solves issues positively, productively, or as you say, you might come out of that situation not being happy about it. You with them and them with you, but at least you both know where you stand. Now you can move forward with authenticity and standing in your own truth.
Yeah, and you can. And a bit of chaos never hurt anybody.
Yes.
Because when conflict arises, it shows things up, and then we get to deal with them.
Exactly. I love it. Now that was Belinda, or that was Belinda. Patrice. We've got Linda. Oh, I'm not having a very, I've got to get my bloody facilitator.
You need some extra help.
I need a couple.
All righty, we got Truth Be Told.
Truth Be Told. I love it. We were just saying that. So this is perfect little segue. So we've got our little owl. He's got a little window in him. I love the owl.
So we're going to see to the core of something. So there is something that the truth needs to be told about or uncovered. Owls see everything. So owls are all knowing and they see in the dark.
Wisdom.
Okay. Their wisdom, the moon represents them as well, or they represent the moon, whichever way you want to say that. So everything that that lives in the shadows that isn't illuminated. So something needs to come out into the open. Yeah. And the truth needs to be told. So, and as we were just saying before, even if the truth is told and it causes chaos or unrest, it's out in the open now, can be dealt with. Okay, when things are hidden, we can never deal with them.
Exactly.
It's like when someone has a disease or something like that, whilst it's still hidden in their body, we can't fix that. But once we know about it and it's in the open, we can fix it generally. Yes. But this, that's not, I'm not saying this disease, what I'm just using that as an example. I've just realized what a terrible example that was. But get some things out in the open. It might even be you. There might be some things you want to say to somebody or do or show, or it doesn't always mean that it's verbal. It might be something that just needs to be shown.
Yes.
So be authentic, and it will all be good.
Yeah. And we were actually, I was just talking about this on the other live that I did earlier today, that, you know, what happens is we have these, again, going back to the tarot, Kerri, and the tower, you know, those tower moments.
Love the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I used to hate getting that card. I'd be like, because I studied tarot, I used to teach tarot, and every time I got that bloody, I hated it. But I realised that the tower was the tower of false. It was the tower of illusions. It was the, you know, it was all the false beliefs that come tumbling down. If you don't face what needs to be faced, then eventually, ladies, eventually, you know, that comes, the universe comes right back at us in some kind of, really sort of chaotic way. Just, you know, turns everything upside down. But, you know, as the phoenix rises up through the ashes, you know, for me, every time that's occurred, it's been heartbreak and you know, heartache and all of that, you know, bloody hitting that rock bottom again. But out of that has just been born a fantastic new way forward that wouldn't have been born if that hadn't occurred.
Well, that's just it. We have to clear things. I was just trying to find the tower card I've got in this deck. So I love this one. It's quite actually a good one for what's been going on with us here in Australia with all these fires and stuff.
Right, absolutely.
It's tragic and it's horrible, but it will reveal things and there will be new ways of going forward. I
agree.
You know, this is a beautiful deck of cards, actually. I love this deck. It is the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I might use these next.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we've got Karen McLeod put her name down for a card. So here you go, Karen. Woo, woo.
There you go. We'll
lucky
we'll
you've obviously manifested a change in direction there.
Yeah.
And how awesome, because Patrice, I'm struggling with that, but she said, true, just started my life coaching. The reading that you just did, yeah. How awesome is that?
There we go. So what have we got here? We've got the Five of Pentacles and trying to remember. So with this card, this looks a little bit like loss with the rose dripping down, not quite so happy. Pentacles represent the earth, they represent money.
Yes.
So this is telling you to just watch your finances a little bit more carefully.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't be that droopy rose. Okay. Spend your money wisely, because this is something of beauty, but it didn't hang around. Okay. So what it's going to say to you is that you might be wanting to spend money on something that appears to be really wonderful at the moment, but it's not going to stay like that. So just think about it. Maybe hold off, just wait, just that little tiny bit. And you might be able to throw a bit more in from your tarot days. I tend to read my tarot a little more interpretively than strictly. But everyone does it a bit different.
Absolutely.
You might be able to add, draw some light on that for the classic.
Is it numbered? Does that deck have numbers on it?
Yeah, it does.
What did you say? What's the five?
Pentacles.
Beautiful. Well, as you said, when you said that, I thought, yeah, you know, Pentacles definitely refers to that material level, and you know, and our finances, and the number 5. So it's spot on what you're saying there, Kerri, because the number 5 in numerology, you know, on the one hand, the 5 is the entrepreneur, the 5 is the journey of self-discovery, but on the other hand, the number 5 can be very extravagant and overindulgent and impetuous and impulsive, and that can sometimes get us into a little bit of trouble. So as you say, you know, and with the rose drooping, you know, but the rain is, you know, the rain is the water, the watering of the plant. To me, it's like temporary drip. Yeah. But you know what? If managed accordingly, and with the rain kind of coming down, that rose can turn around and bloom in the next breath, depending on the action or the caution you heed now.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing with the tarot, is that it will give you, the tarot's a little sharper than an oracle's a little fluffy, and it just comes in. It goes, oh, it might be. Whereas the tarot kind of goes, it pokes you and it goes, hey, look at this thing.
Yes, yes. And I'm trying to remember, I was going to get out my original deck, the Rider-Waite deck, because I studied that deck. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, how it's like riding a bike. I don't use that deck often, but, you know, it sticks in your head, because I also taught it for a number of years as well. So, yeah, no, definitely on the side of caution there, Karen. We've got the beautiful Gabby, and Gabby is, you know, a top fan on Spiritual Events Directory and has also joined our wellness community. So we might see what falls out for you, Gabby.
Let's have a little look, Gabby, and see what we've
I also
got.
did a numerology reading too for Gabby, which was awesome.
Oh, nice. All right. Testing my memory here. This is the Daughter of Wands.
Oh.
So that would be the
fire. That's
fire,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, fire and creativity.
So she's creative and she's quiet as well. So she's just sort of starting. She's a court card, but she's the bottom of the court card. So she's just starting out. So this is telling us to follow those passions, but to follow them gently. So instead of being, you know, all fired up about it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to invest everything in it, and I'm going to quit my job and go after my thing. This is saying, just do your thing as a side hustle, or, you know, maybe consider that hobby that you really love. Maybe it can make you some money. So maybe see if you can sell that thing to some friends, or take a few courses in whatever it is that you're thinking of doing. But I definitely think that creative and
that creativity
flowers. So it's going to bloom. Definitely bloom for you, but it's a slow burn.
I love
which is sometimes much nicer than, you know, something really quick and you've got to throw everything into it and use all that energy up. Sometimes that slow burn's nice. You can have a play around with it. And she's gentle. She's gentle and kind, and
And I agree with you, Kerri. I was listening to Oprah and Dr. Phil yesterday, and he said, you know, that if you are stuck in a job that you don't like, you know, you don't just leave that job. I mean, we are in an economy. We do need to earn a living. We do need to survive. So, but what you can do is have a plan. What you can do is nurture something on the side and grow that. Exactly. We don't need to throw in everything to go in pursuit of something and not be sensible and practical and you know, down to earth about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, so there we go.
Awesome. Oh, how wonderful. So again, you can find, you know, ladies and gents out there in Spiritual Events Directory land, you know, Kerri is wide open for, you've been in the business for a very long time, Kerri, so you absolutely know your shit, and you know your shit. And you actually, you also, you were running classes at one stage. I'm not sure if you've still got time to do so, but you know, folks, if you go to Kerri Gravina Clairvoyant on Facebook and join her community and keep in touch with the readings that Kerri's always providing in her space, complimentary, and if you want to book, you know, if you've enjoyed what Kerri has very generously given in this space, then get you know, pay the dollars and get your own personal reading. Well, you know, it's an investment, honestly. And for me, this is the thing about what's important to you. You know, we spend our money on the things that are most important, don't we, Kerri? So you know what? I've always had money, even when I didn't. I was a single parent. I'm still a single parent, and was a single parent for many, many years. I mean, I'm in a loving and gorgeous connection, but I still sort of say, you know, I'm a single parent in that, you know, it's my son and I have been responsible for him financially. And even when I didn't have money, do you know what? I always had money for these things that I was passionate about, that I believed in, which were self and spiritual and personal and professional development. The money always came for that course or that reading or that healing, always. And I never, ever sacrificed that, you know, because that's what made me better in life, and, you know, and helped me to grow all the things that I've grown to bring me here now, and having all this fun. I love it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So I will be opening up classes again, probably February. I was hoping to get something off January, but January's just flashed by so quickly. I have a few birthdays in January too. So my middle one turned 21. So that was that took up a few weekends. And family does come first. So.
Oh, absolutely. But don't you love how these days, our celebrations, we were lucky to get a birthday party. These days, birthday parties are going for a week, aren't they?
They are. But hey, it's all good.
Okay, so we might have time for a beautiful. So February, if they come to your space, they'll be able to keep updated on when that's occurring. And do you just do them? Do you do them online or just in a particular spot and space?
I think we're going to go online this year. I'm feeling online. I'm hoping to do some things here in the Dandenongs, but probably in a few months' time. I've just got to get some. I got to wait for some things to fall into place. So I'm not pushing.
Yes,
letting the universe ease it all around me. And then hopefully we'll do some things here at the house, and that'll be fun.
Awesome. I love it. And Gabby said slowly is perfect for me.
Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. Your feedback has been and your guidance has been absolutely spot on. So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We might just do one more. Who's going to be the lucky gal? The men are absolutely welcome, but most of them don't seem to turn up. So who have I got? Rachel, I'm so lost, so emotional, have had enough. Do you have anything for me, please? So Rachel, you'll be our lucky last. And ladies, thank you so much for joining us. We love coming into and onto Spiritual Events Directory page and doing this little bit of unique and unusual and talking about the unknown. So join us every week, 6 to 7 p.m. and tell your friends all about it.
You know what, Rachel? I'm going to go with the back to our oracle, because I think that was what was drawing me as more than the tarot. So let's have a little see. Oh, okay. This is nice. This is beautiful for you. This is milk and honey.
Oh, I like it.
So that actually is indicating that things are going to start turning around.
Oh, that's nice.
You need to look for those rainbows though, and the milk and honey. There's probably some. I'm going to bet there's some things in your world that are actually really, really good. So
sweet.
As we were saying, sweet. As we were saying before, they're the things you focus on. We can all focus on the crappy stuff. Trust me, everyone's got crappy stuff going on. But we can focus on the good things as well. And once you do that, you're going to start to see some things open up around you that will just be better. That's the kind of word. I think it's just wanting stuff to be better. Sometimes that's all we want. We just want things to be a little better. So revel in that. Make those connections to your friends as well that can help you see this.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to touch on that too, and they're probably there's someone out there who, friendship wise, who really will be able to bolster your mood and help you to see the milk and honey, the good stuff that's coming in.
That's awesome. And then when we get back to, you talking, Kerri, about manifesting, and us talking about what we focus on. What we focus on, we grow bigger. Where attention goes, energy flows, and what we focus on, we grow bigger, which is why it's so important to really become very discerning about where and who and in what you pour all of your attention. So what struck me there to end on this note was the rainbow. I'm not sure if you can hear my partner starting up his motorbike there. Can you hear that? I was focusing on the rainbow there because you know what I do and this is something I've created, nurtured, and developed a long time ago. That every time I see that rainbow, every single time I see that rainbow, I think to myself, "Oh, there's my pot of gold."
Yeah.
There's my pot of gold. Oh, that pot of gold's coming right at me now.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever, you can change your perspective at any time, ladies, and if that's going to get you what you want, then put a little touch of woo-woo in there and hold on to it and bottle that shit and just keep doing it. Because me versus the times where I've focused on the negative and growing that. Me versus the times where I focus on the positive and growing that. Well, I know exactly the power I have within me to grow stuff, and I know where I'd prefer to be.
Oh, most certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Kerri. We missed you. We loved you. You're amazing. And we'll get you back here. Don't you worry.
We will catch you very soon. All right. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. See you, ladies. Bye.
See ya. Bye.